your only God. And then you will also show him that you trust him completely for your provision. And then you will also show him that you are stable under pressure. Come rain, come shine. Like Paul, you have learned how to abound and to abase because Christ is your strength. Then God will make you his trust fund. And I say when God discovers that you are his trust fund, he will now open the channels of supernatural prosperity. And I said the first channel of supernatural prosperity is divine direction. God will lead you to strange possibilities that nobody knew existed. Hope you read about the slave of Sarah, Hagar. She was in the wilderness about to die with her son. And when God opened her eyes, that was when she discovered there was a well. She was looking for a cup of water and she thought she would die. But God supernaturally opened her eye to see a well. And God didn't stop there. God told her, your son will not die. He said from him, 12 princes will rise. So God can provide in the midst of crisis. Supernatural direction is what defies drought. No matter how hard things are, when a spirit whispers to your ear, you will find out that there are secret coffers where wealth is kept. And I read for you from 1 Kings chapter 17 verse 1 to 5, how that Elijah the Tishbite spoke to the king and said, before God whom I stand, there shall be no rain or dew. For a second he forgot that him too feeds from the earth. After he gave the prophetic command, he now discovered that he too goes hungry. Because if there's no rain or dew for 3.5 years, even the prophet will die. But something was activated, and God began to give him specific guidance. And he went to a place where he sat, there was water, and ravens brought bread for him. And so supernatural direction is what brings you into supernatural prosperity. When a man lacks supernatural direction, it's impossible for him to touch the real wealth of this kingdom. Ask everybody who is wealthy. A spirit inspired him. If he's honest, he will tell you. Number 2, I say what provokes wealth is divine favor. Divine favor is like an ointment of God that he rubs upon a man. And what divine favor does is that divine favor puts pressure on men to submit their allegiance and resources to you. When a man is favored, he commands the will of men. Even the people don't know how. In Exodus 12:36, the Bible said that the Lord gave favor to the Israelites, and he said they spoiled the Egyptians. And God told them, go and tell your masters. Now, when you read the Bible, try to imagine it. You were a slave for close to 400 years. They were flogging and whipping you. And suddenly you stand up and you go to the same people that were oppressing you and say, bring all the gold in your box now. And the person stands up as if it's manipulated, and he goes, brings it and gives to you. And you turn, you are going. He won't ask you, where are you taking it to? Favor will command him and compare him. And so I told you, when favor is at work in your life, the way you enter wealth is through wealth transfer. So the riches of the Gentiles is shifted to the saints in light. But for that to happen, there's a level of favor you must enter. That's why somebody will just hear you give a speech for 5 minutes. He doesn't know why he goes home, he can't sleep. He empties his account and sends the money to you. Or somebody looks at you, you walk into a place and he says, that's the man for the job. And he employs you. The moment he employs you, he violates all the protocol and gives you what they've never given anybody. And he doesn't even know why he's doing it, because there is favor in your life now. But for you to come to a point where you qualify for the ointment of favor, you must become a divine trust. If you are not a trust, God cannot take the risk of rubbing that pomade on your body. That fragrance, it will make you become a too selfish. You will take the whole wealth of the world and run to your village. So God will be sure that he has dealt with your soul enough to trust you that if this money comes to your hands, at least 500 widows will also start eating. At least 2,000 orphans will go to school, because that money is too much. And then I said number 3, what makes for divine wealth, supernatural prosperity, is what I call divine multiplication. The Bible said Jesus lifted up his eyes, and as he thanked the Lord, he said the 5 loaves and 2 fish, when he gave it to his disciples, they began to multiply. So there is a mystery that God puts in the lives of his sons, that when they touch anything, that thing grows. That's what he said in Psalm 1 verse 1. He said, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor is seated in the seat of discomfort. He said, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on this law doth he meditate day and night. He is like the tree planted by the rivers, that does not wither. It brings forth its fruit in its season. This is a mystery in the kingdom that causes everything you touch to multiply. Somebody may be handling that business, and the business is going down, and they sell it to you at a cheap price. The moment you take over, the business kicks up. And the same person that gave you that business will come back later to buy shares in it. But this time you are the chairman. Because there's a mystery of multiplication. Things no longer die in your hands. Things begin to multiply. It's a power that God gives to men. That's why he calls the ability to get wealth a power. He said it is him that giveth the power to get wealth. This is one of the expressions of that power. And I said the third thing that makes for wealth is divine wisdom. When God wants to truly make you wealthy, he gives you a wisdom that causes you to stand out. It can manifest as a talent. It can manifest as a charisma. It can manifest as an ability, either in sport or in whatever. You will now discover that while you are doing what you are enjoying, they are paying you. I remember we used to play football. I had a lot of blisters on my leg. We started playing barefooted. We now bought boots. We played football until we left football. But some of the people that play football, who are at our age, they play football until they became millionaires. We played football and fought in the pitch. We fought. We stopped playing. We now started watching. In watching, we fought. We were fighting because of people who were earning money playing. Those days, when we started watching football, we didn't even have money to pay. So, on Saturday, matches begin from 12. We will go to the studio around 10. Sweep everywhere. That's our own ticket. We will sweep everywhere, clean the studio, then they will allow us to sit down. Meanwhile, if you are in that match till evening, and they don't see you at home, you come home by 8, when match is finished. A koboko is waiting at home. So sometimes we will come back, we will start sneaking through the back door to go home. And next week, Saturday, we will still go. Sometimes when I escape my father, I will go and hide at the window to see whether my friend also escaped. Then sometimes you will see him straight his hand. They will be flocking. On Saturday, we will still come back and go. Meanwhile, the people who are enjoying the football are earning pounds and dollars. Because for them, it's a wisdom. That wisdom navigated them to the top. And while they are enjoying it, they are earning. Don't you see people who sing songs that they love? When they finish singing the song, you will now begin to sing the song. A friend of mine came the other time from Kano, and he was rapping. He was rapping Eminem. He will rap fast, rap fast. He will rap. He was enjoying himself. Eminem was collecting millions because a spirit gave him wisdom. A dark spirit. And so when God wants to give you wealth, he gives you wisdom. But for you to command this kind of wealth, you must first of all make God your only God. And then you will prove to God that you trust him for all your provisions through obedience. And then you will show that confidence by walking and sustaining peace. If you need to pray for 10 hours for your peace to come, you will pray. Because God needs to see that you are not turbulent in your heart. And then finally, you must begin to pursue God's kingdom doggedly. Everything in your life sees to it that God's kingdom advances. When God sees that, he now puts a mark on you called divine trust fund. And then divine direction begins to come. Divine favor begins to come. Divine multiplication begins to come. And divine favor begins to come. These 4 channels is one of the ways you can become very wealthy without toiling. It's a kingdom strategy. And so tonight, God wants me to show you the second strategy for wealth. We are looking at divine prosperity. There's a way God prospers men. And you will find things working for them as though the crisis is a lie. The way some people are living in abundance, in drought, looks as if the drought is deception. If you see them, you will say, I thought they say things are not working in your country. They know something. If you apply this first one, after a period of time, you will discover that your life would loosen up. Things will begin to happen. I know it by experience. I'm not teaching you theories. Apart from the fact that they are exegetically correct, I've walked this corridor. So I can tell you this. Number two, what makes for divine empowerment are some spiritual infrastructures that you must surmount. And there are three of them. They are called covenants. They are called consecrations. And they are called patterns. The reason many people never make progress is not because they are not talented. Now, what I want to share with you now sustains the power to negate the first if you don't know it and apply it. In this kingdom, what men command and what men possess is a function of the covenants that power them, the consecrations they live by, and the patterns they have created on account of those covenants and those consecrations. When you see a man living effortlessly, go and check. That manifestation is a testimony validating a covenant. It's a testimony validating a consecration. Because that manifestation you see is a pattern he has created. If he doesn't create that pattern through covenants and consecration, a spirit will create a pattern for him. And as I teach you, I will explain to you. There are many patterns. There are patterns that exist in the lives of some people where the more they labor, the poorer they become. So if they don't want to be poor, they just stop. Immediately they start putting energy, poverty shows up. In fact, their lives is a bit better when they are not working. The moment you give them a job, the greatest calamity of their lives begin. It's a pattern. There are many people that when you look at their lives, the pattern that defines it is they rise up like a star and then they die down. A cycle will pass. They will rise up. They will die down. It will happen 3 times, then they will vanish forever. And then you will be hearing that, this man those days was somebody. He has not died. He's still alive. But he has risen and fallen. Because that's the map. That's the graph the spirits drew for him. Make it look as if it's prospering. When it goes up, he will go down. And then there are other patterns in the lives of people that their life will be useless for 40 years. No problem. The moment one breakthrough comes, 2 weeks later they will die. Because the graph was designed to go like this. The moment the graph wants to go up, they will be cut off. The guy was useless, 35 years, no problem. The moment he got a little ventilation, rented the house and bought a car, you hear that he's driving that car. 2 weeks later, the car somersaulted, he died. And you are wondering why. There are maps. Spirits write map for people. The one God wrote for his children, he said, the path of the just is as a shining light. It shines brighter and brighter unto the perfect day. So the map of God is upward and forward only. That's God's map. But God is not the only one that has a map in the spirit. And so for you to walk with God's map, there are certain covenants and consecrations that must define your life. Else, your pattern will not reflect what God said. It will reflect what the spirit that